Hey everybody, we're back again. This time we're taking a week off as the Super Bowl is having a little hiatus between the championship game and the big game itself. So we're here with Glen Kellaway, Randy Nelson, our usual sports beat gang, and we decided instead of doing gibberish about the Super Bowl, we'll do that next week, and we're going to do a little Neil Young today. Neil Young top 15 songs. 10 wasn't good enough, so we upped it to 15. Should be interesting to see where we land because we have three different kind of styles of preference in music, and I think we'll be all over the map, but I'm sure we'll have some common ground along the way as well. So good to be back, guys. How we doing this week? Everything cool?
Fantastic.
Great to hear.
It's going to be 80 degrees today where I am.
Don't rub it in. We're getting an ice storm tomorrow. You know?
Well, we only got 2 inches of snow here, and we were supposed to get a lot more. So Kansas City kind of dodged it. Southern Missouri, they're getting a lot. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We could have power outages. It depends on the wind and how much ice we get, but I'm not looking forward to that. Glen's in the right spot, obviously, in sunny FLA, you know?
Yeah, I missed some bad winter.
Good for you. All right, so what we decided is we're going to do 15 through 11, then 10 through 6, and then the last 5 will go round robin. Glen, you're going to kick it off for us. Top 15,
okay.
Neil Young.
First of all, love Neil Young. I've always loved Neil Young, and I got his autograph out back at Massey Hall in 2014, I think it was, and I have it proudly framed on sitting on my thing. So he signed a Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere CD for me. So perfect. Cover. Oh. Yeah. My number 15, it's hard to narrow this down to 15 because you could put 50. I mean, it'd be easy. So my 2 favorite Neil Young albums are Tonight's the Night and On the Beach. On the Beach is my favorite. So I've got a couple of songs from those albums. So my first one from Tonight's the Night, number 15 is Albuquerque.
Nice.
I like that song. Oh, Albuquerque.
I was waiting for a rendition. Go ahead, man.
That's the best I get.
Very cool. All right, hit 14. You're going.
We're going okay. Number 14, title song from an album that came out in the 90s, I think, Harvest Moon.
Yeah, beautiful.
Harvest Moon, beautiful song.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be on my list.
Yeah.
Now, number 13 from Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, The Losing End. Kind of a country song. I love that song.
Deep cut.
Yeah. Number 12, the song I was first familiar with from Decade. It wasn't released on a regular album until the Homegrown album, which was kind of the lost album, came out, about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Star of Bethlehem.
Nice.
Yeah. It was, I think it was actually, there's a version of it on American Stars and American Stars.
Is there? See, that's an album I don't have. You know that? I got to get that album.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was on there.
Yeah.
Okay, and number 11, the title song from Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, and it's called Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, coincidentally.
I like that one too. Great title for a title track, I always say.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
All right, cool. I like that. All right, Randy, you're up 15 through 11.
Well, sure, number 15 is probably not going to be on anybody's list. It's actually from this album, Greendale, which didn't get the greatest reviews, but I like it. And it's kind of got a film noir feeling. It's a song called Leave the Driving. And it's kind of about a guy that one stupid move can change your whole life. He gets pulled over by the cops and he's got like cocaine in his glove compartment.
Oh, wow.
He puts the gun under the seat and
I hate when that happens.
things do not turn out well, but it's a great song.
I didn't know that
goes
song.
All over the place.
I'm going to write that down because I'm not familiar with that song. I'll listen to it later.
It's got great harmonica on it too. The second one I've got is probably the most accessible on one of Glen's favorite albums, On the Beach. and that's Walk On.
Mhm.
Great opening track.
Yep.
Kind of on his opus to Carry On in Life. The third one I have is from Rust Never Sleeps.
Mhm.
That's Pocahontas,
Oh, what a great song.
and it's also on the what was it, the Hitchhiker? They have a acoustic version.
Yeah.
But it goes kind of all over the place. But like if he was a trapper, he'd like to sleep with Pocahontas. And
It's a
then what if he hooked
amazing
up with
song.
Marlon Brando, Pocahontas and me? But it's just a cool folky song.
It's great.
12 is another one of Glen's favorite albums,
Yeah.
Cowgirl in the Sand,
Oh, baby.
which
Yeah.
kind of a showcase for crazy horrors. We got the fuzzy guitars, and it's a great song. And 11, he already talked about it, but Harvest Moon.
Mm.
That was the song I forgot to put on, and I go, oh, I got to have that on. So I kicked off a classic song actually. I love the video too, because you see the broom sweep in the song, cool. And he's dancing with his wife.
Yeah,
that's my 11.
You think Neil's classic period, like in the late 60s to the end of the 70s, is probably everybody's with Harvest, and everybody knows This Is Nowhere, all those classic albums. Harvest Moon is probably the greatest song he's written from that period to today, I would think.
I would agree.
To me.
Yep.
Probably the best love song, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way up high on my list. I'm glad both you guys had it. I also had Walk On and Pocahontas as honorable mentions. They just missed.
Yeah, Pocahontas just missed for me too.
My 15 is actually a cover, which is rare. Four Strong Winds from the Comes a Time album.
Oh.
I absolutely love that version of Neil does on that. Beautiful song, first of all.
Yeah.
And it sounds like something that he could have written. The lyrics and stuff, it flows beautifully. And it mentions Alberta and Neil being Canadian. I thought he wrote it until I realized it was a cover.
No, it's Ian Tyson, who was from Alberta, actually wrote it. Ian and Sylvia.
Right. Yeah, Sylvia.
Yeah. And if you buy the Last Waltz deluxe thing, the 4 CD deluxe, where they have all the extra songs that never appeared on the original release, his version of that song is on there.
I did not know that. Very nice.
Yeah, there was a live version from that show.
I listened to that again this morning. I love that song. So I had
beautiful song.
Number 15. Number 14 is actually a tie. I've got Hey Hey My Into the Black and My Hey Hey Into the Blue. The acoustic and the electric. I like both versions, but that's off what? That's off Rust Never Sleeps, I guess.
Yeah.
That's number 14. 13 is off his first album, The Loner.
Oh yeah, great song.
I like that song. It's sort of about alienation, being a misfit and an outcast. I like this lyric here. If you see him in the subway, he'll be down at the end of the car. Nothing can free him. Step aside, open wide. It's the loner. It's very relatable. Number 12, love song or heartbreak song. Only Love Can Break Your Heart. Supposedly written for his buddy Graham Nash after he broke up with Joni Mitchell. Real cool acoustic guitar that really pops when you hear it on the headphones. Love it. Only Love Can Break Your Heart. Try to Be Sure right from the start. And number 11 from Harvest, Old Man. Old Man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Written for an old caretaker from the ranch he bought in the early 70s. So that's my 15 through 11.
Cool. Now we're going to do 10 to 6.
10 to 6. Back to Glen.
Okay. From the great album After the Gold Rush, I got 2 in a row from that album. Birds. I love that song. What a beautiful ballad.
Yeah.
And the title song, After the Gold Rush.
Awesome. Yeah.
Just lyrically one of Neil's strongest songs, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 8 from Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, Down by the River.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Just it kind of like that and Cowgirl in the Sand are kind of a similar feel, right? They both have the guitar, heavy guitar driven songs.
Yeah.
Number 7 from Zuma. I think one of Neil's just is a great album that doesn't get enough love. Cortez the Killer.
I knew somebody was going to have that. Yep.
Yeah. And number 6 from American Stars and Bars, Like a Hurricane.
Yeah,
I
another one.
almost had that on there.
I have it somewhere too. Yeah. No, very nice. I like that group of songs. Awesome. All right. Back to Randy for 10 through 6.
I'm number 10. Needle and the Damage Done. Probably the most heartbreaking song about drug addiction. Wrote it about Danny Whitten. Heartbreaking song.
Yeah.
Then my number 9 is also from my favorite Neil Young album, actually, is After the Gold Rush, is Southern Man. I know,
great song.
Leonard Skinner wrote a kind of rebuttal to that, but actually Neil says it was for the song Alabama, which was on Harvest more, and he said those lyrics could have been taken differently, but and there wasn't really a feud, because Neil Young would sing Sweet Home Alabama, and the lead, or Ronnie Van Zant would wear a Neil Young t-shirt, so there wasn't
yeah. And I think I read an interview once with Neil where he said I was proud they put my name in one of their songs. They're a great band. So yeah, there was nothing there.
No.
And then so at number 8 is Rockin' in the Free World off Freedom. Just great, kind of a comeback song for him.
Yeah.
And supposedly, I guess the guitarist Frank San Pedro, they were supposed to do a tour of Russia, and that kind of got canceled. And he goes, he said, well, I guess it's back to Rockin' in the Free World or something like that. And
that's cool.
That's a great idea for a title. So
yeah, great song, great rockin' song.
Yeah.
My number 7 is From Hank to Hendrix, talking about heading for his divorce, and he was there from Hank to Hendrix, Marilyn to Madonna. I just love that song. And number 6, I had the one that you had is another great fuzz guitar song, Cortez the Killer from Zuma.
Wow. Both had it. I feel bad now. It was on my honorable mentions. My number 10 is Cowgirl in the Sand. It's just an epic hard rock song. It's like 10 minutes long. It's got that dreamlike quality. He's definitely under the influence singing that song. I don't know what he's taking, but it works, man. Love it. I have some lyrics down here, but there's no reason to go into that. Why not? I think he could be referring to somebody one of the Manson girls or something, because I know he knew Manson, I believe, or the gang. They were all in Laurel Canyon at that time. Are you old enough to change your name? It's like he's going out with a runaway or something. Cowgirl in the Sand. The sand refers to Southern California. Number 9 is Cinnamon Girl. Always loved that song. Another rocker from Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere. I just like the rhythm of it too. A dreamer of pictures. I run in the night. You see us together, chasing the moonlight, my cinnamon girl. And it's got the great guitar playing by Danny Whitten on there as well. Who later?
Yeah, it's a great song. Great song.
Yeah, love it. Number 8 is a popular song. His only number 1, Heart of Gold. I had to stick it in here somewhere. Backup singers James Taylor, Linda Ronstadt. He brings out the all-star team for this. I love the harmonica in it. It's just catchy and good stuff. And the thing about Neil Young that you have to love is he can do anything. He can do acoustic. He can rock it out. He can do the grunge or the metal or the noise and stuff. He's just a country folk. He's a master of everything. Number 7, Rockin' in the Free World. Again, Randy had it. Kind of a political song written during the George H.W. Bush administration. He's talking about homeless people in there and, sleeping near a garbage can. And he sees a lady with a baby in her hand under an old street light in her garbage can. She puts the kid away because she needs a hit. She hates her life and what she's doing to it. Just real hard-hitting lyrics. Keep on rocking in the free world. There's one kid that will never go to school, never fall in love, never be cool. So he's like really jamming when he's singing that song. I love it. And number 6 is Like a Hurricane. This is another rocker from American Stars and Bars, melodic. And this is another one you put on the headphones and you just sort of drift away with the guitar playing in the middle of that song. Fantastic. That's my 6. Now we're going to do number 5, and we'll just go around the table in this the same order.
Okay, we're just going to do 5, and then we'll all do it. Okay, so my number 5 from Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, Cowgirl in the Sand.
Yes.
Yeah, just love it.
Yeah,
what can you say? Just guitar is just incredible in that song. Love the jamming in it. It's great.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, forgot. My number 5 is Hey, Hey, My, Into the Black from Rust Never Sleeps. Kind of reestablished him as a rock figure. Love that one.
Yeah, it's a great one. My number 5 is Needle and the Damage Done. Had that earlier. Just a heartbreaker about his bandmate, Danny Whitten. And it was written right before he died, I believe. I mean, it was like a warning sign. I watched the needle take another man, gone, gone, the damage done. And at the end it goes, every junkie's like a setting sun. It's like, whew, what an image.
Yeah, amazing song. I don't know how that didn't make my list.
It's short too, so only about like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's real short.
Yeah, and hard hitting.
It does. Still to this day.
Yeah. Okay, my number 4, I'm getting into some deep tracks here. These top 4 are all deep tracks. From On the Beach, Ambulance Blues.
Very cool.
I just love that song.
Yeah.
It has a lot of connections and words in it that relate to his time in Toronto in the 60s. He mentions Yorkville, Rockin' in the Rain, which is the riverboat was rocking in the rain. The riverboat was the coffee house in Yorkville, which was our Haight-Ashbury in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
And the riverboat where everybody played. I mean, just if you name somebody from that era, Joni Mitchell and Neil Young and Gordon Lightfoot, they all got their start at the riverboat in Toronto. So the riverboat was rocking in the rain. He mentions Proud Isabella. Isabella's a street that he lived near at Isabella and Young Street, which is our main drag. And he worked at like a bookstore there and not far from there in a corner and at the Cole's bookstore. And so it just, I just love that song.
That was on my honorable mention. My number 4 was Richard mentioned already, and that's Only Love Can Break a Heart, kind of his ode to heartbreak.
Yeah.
Mentioned rumored to be about Graham Nash breaking up with Joni Mitchell, like he said.
And my number 4 is one that I think both you guys had, Harvest Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. It's a flawless song. I had to put it in my top 5. I just love the lyrics and the gentle nature of it, the playing. Like how he uses the full moon rising and go out and dance under the moonlight. Just very romantic. Beautiful song.
Yeah, absolutely. My number 3, another deep track from Rust Never Sleeps, Powderfinger.
Very cool. That was on my honorable mention too.
Yeah, I just love that whole thing. The guy, the pulling the trigger, he gets killed, and it's a neat song. It's one of those songs where the author of the song is the one who gets killed.
Right. Okay.
My number 3 is probably some of the most recognizable strummed chords, and that's for the Heart of Gold. Just love that song. Like I said, it's the most popular probably, and I had to put it on there.
My number 3 has been mentioned also, After the Gold Rush, the title track.
Yeah.
Beautiful piano and there's surreal lyrics. I was lying in the burned down basement with the full moon in my eyes. There was a band playing in my head and I felt like getting high. I mean, come on, baby. It takes you back. And I like this lyric too. Look at Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s. It's like, wow. Beautifully sung at that high pitched voice.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Number 2 from Rust Never Sleeps, Thrasher.
I love
Wow.
that song. It was a my honorable mention.
Oh man, I just love the lyrics in that song. I don't even know what the hell that song's about, but it's the imagery is just incredible. Just an amazing song.
That's
Well,
that's a true deep cut. Good one.
my number 2, Glenn mentioned, and that's from Rust Never Sleeps, and Powderfinger. I just love how it starts out. Look out, mama, there's a white boat coming up the river. Of course, nobody knows if it's like a gunboat, it's like Civil War time, or if it's like a police boat for bootleggers. And I don't know if people ever know about that, but like you said, the protagonist doesn't turn out well for him. But it's a great song.
No.
Crazy Horse sounds great on that one too.
You know who does a great job of that cover of that song? The Cowboy Junkies. You ever heard the Cowboy Junkies version?
I don't know if I've heard their version.
No.
Really good. It's on their second album. Great.
Oh, I must have it then. I just don't remember.
Caution Horses. I think that's
I have that, so I
Yeah.
haven't listened to it for a while.
Huh. I'll have to give that a spin too. My number 2 is Southern Man. Again, anti-racism, anti-violence. I saw cotton, I saw black, those white mansions, little shacks. I heard screaming and bullwhips cracking. How long, how long? Vivid images of the old Southern ways. Southern Cross is burning. And it was written in 1970, like 50 years ago. And you know, we like to think we come a long way, but we're not there yet. It's just a hell of a song and great instrumentally as well.
Yeah, powerful song.
Very powerful.
Okay, drum roll. Number 1.
Number 1, the best song in the catalog.
I think I'm probably the only person in the world who would pick this as number 1. From On the Beach, For the Turnstiles.
Very nice.
It's my favorite Neil Young song. I don't know what it is. I like the rawness of it. Obviously, I'm a banjo player, and I love the banjo playing in it. I just love that song. I just stands out to me.
I'll have to go back and listen to that because I do have On the Beach. It's just not one that I spin very often.
Yeah, well, that's my absolute favorite Neil Young album.
My number 1 is from the first album I bought by Neil Young, and that's After the Gold Rush, the title track. Just love it. It's just piano and the French horn. And I've heard that it was Neil Young playing piano, but if you look on the album, it just lists Nils Lofgren as playing piano. So I don't know.
Really?
But I think it's Neil Young from what I've heard. But wonderful song. Supposedly Dolly Parton was going to record it, and she asked me what it was about, and he goes, I don't know.
I don't know.
So, but I think the title, you can kind of see that things don't change. Like after the gold rush, and they tear up the land and looking for the gold, and like I said, that Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of about that.
That's a good one. I like it. My number 1, I had struggled with what I was going to put in the top, but I ended up going with Down by the River. It's the song I like the best of Neil Young. Classic Neil Young, the dark kind of lyrics and the guitar work in it is phenomenal. You know, she could drag me over the rainbow, send me away down by the river. I shot my baby. You know, it's just like putting an end to, in his head, maybe a relationship. He was going with somebody and he's saying, that's it. It's done. I don't think it's literally killing anybody, but you have to interpret it your own way. And some people think it's about drugs, heroin and stuff, but great song. I just love the feel of it too. It's one that I can, that and Cowgirl in the Sand. I could have went a number of ways. Southern Man, they're all great from those early days. It's what I like the best about Neil. And then you get into that acoustic stuff like Heart of Gold, After the Gold Rush, just tremendous artist. And then the deep stuff like you like, Glenn, which is On the Beach and Zuma and Tonight's the Night. They're great albums too.
Yeah, he's had quite a career. Pretty prolific guy. And he's still doing it.
Still, well, I haven't listened to Barn. You just said before we came on that you were very impressed with it, so we'll have to check that out.
You can buy it on Amazon for what, $18?
So that was,
Yeah.
what did I do with that? So
There
I
it
did
is.
what you said, Glenn. I got this on the warehouse sale.
Oh yeah. How much was it, $17 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta do that. I gotta go look at those warehouse things. I meant to do that and I forgot.
Oh, I was going to mention a few honorable mentions of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I had Roll Another Number from Tonight's the Night. I always kind of love that song.
Yeah. Classic.
Ambulance Blues, but on the beach. Like a Hurricane, which you had. Unknown Legend, which is on, starts off Harvest Moon. I think it's a great song.
It is. I have that too.
Don't Let It Bring You Down from After the
That's
Gold
another
Rush.
one. Yep.
And See the Sky About to Rain, the Love the Ballad on the beach. And then I put Old Man down here because I forgot. That's Old Man's the one I had to kick off because
Oh, okay.
I need to have Harvest Moon on there.
Yeah, I have a lot of the same. Unknown Legend is one that just came real close. I like that song a lot. Cortez the Killer, Powderfinger, Pocahontas, Walk On, they've all been mentioned. Sugar Mountain is a nice little tune as well. Comes a Time. I like that whole album. It's very mellow. That's about it. That's what I have on my honorable mentions. Any
Well, a lot of the ones honorable mentions you guys put on your list, like Pocahontas for sure. I had a really hard time keeping that off my list. Needle and the Damage Done. I mean, it should be on anybody's top 15, but it didn't make mine for some reason. Sugar Mountain again, just a great song.
It is.
And Comes a Time, like you said, is great. They're all songs that were considered.
Yeah. That was fun. I just want to get a shot in before I can. Dolly, you mentioned Dolly Parton. She was nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yesterday.
No.
Nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Jethro Tull was not. And still
Jethro Tull, King Crimson, Guess Who? They can't get in.
How is
Warren
that
Zevon.
possible?
Warren Zevon's the guy.
Warren Zevon's another
Yeah.
one that keeps getting overlooked. And they're going to
It's
put Dolly,
ridiculous.
they're going to even consider Dolly Parton in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's
Nothing against
ridiculous.
her, but that's crazy.
You got to respect Dolly, but that's not where she belongs.
No,
No.
I just wanted to get that in and see what feedback you guys have.
You could do it. You could do a 4-hour show just bitching about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean,
And we may do that someday.
Yeah. It just. Oh my God!
Want to get
I can't believe that.
Want to get that off my chest. Yeah, crazy.
She'll get in too. You watch.
And
are they just trying to create publicity? Is that what it is? Like, I mean, it's.
I can see some of the early country artists that kind of incorporated blues and helped to the formative years of rock and roll, but she's really a straight
country.
Absolutely. And some
and I love Dolly Parton. Yes. I love Dolly Parton, and I have a lot of her albums, but she's not rocking in the rock and roll.
No, it's just not where she belongs. I mean, Country Music Hall of Fame, fine.
Right. Yeah, somebody like Johnny Cash, I know, is in, and he has a little bit of rockabilly and rock to him,
but he started out rockabilly and some of this.
But
is Willie Nelson in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't believe so. Is he, Randy? I'm not sure about Willie.
Well, this opens a big door. I'd put Willie in before I'd put Dolly in.
I agree with that 100%. How about Waylon Jennings? I'd put him in ahead.
Yeah.
All them guys.
Merle Haggard.
Yeah. Glen Campbell, why not?
Yeah. Loretta Lynn.
Well, Glen Campbell played on a lot of stuff for
Glen Campbell probably deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of his session work.
Yeah, he's probably in with the what's the name of that group? The
Wrecking Crew.
The Wrecking Crew. He's probably because he was part of that for a while.
Now, okay, there's another question. I know we're getting way off topic here, but are any of those top session guys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Does that get?
I think they have been added in recent years. I know some of the Motown guys that played on all those songs. They had a special induction.
Yeah, they did they? Because I was going to say, James Jamerson, the bass player, Carol Kay. I mean, if anybody belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's Carol Kay. She probably played on 1,000 hit records.
Right. Anyway, that's just our little bitch session at the end of the Neil Young.
Yeah.
Extra time.
Oh,
Anyway, check out Glen Kellaway from the Basement. Subscribe to
Please.
his channel. Please do. Randall Nelson. Both these guys are fantastic. Can't thank them enough for doing these, doing Sports Beat with me. And also we had a little downtime, like I said, and we wanted to do Neil Young, pay homage to him. So check their channels out. We'll be back next week to preview the Super Bowl and get back on our regular schedule. So for Glenn, Randy, I'm Rich. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
peace out, everyone.
See you guys.
Take care, guys.
See you next week.
Yep.